See the logo on the hat? It's an Orlando Magic logo. Orlando Magic is my team. Today I'm wearing all black because I'm here to bury the Orlando Magic, as only they need to be buried. The Magic are supposed to be a legitimate playoff contender. We're supposed to have the best big man in all of basketball, in Dwight Howard. Last year, Dwight Howard was a follow-up, the runner-up, second in all the voting for MVP. 25 points, 14 boards, leading the league in blocks. Where's that this year? Why can't we have that Dwight Howard this year? I'll tell you why we don't have that Dwight Howard. Because that Dwight Howard doesn't want to play here in Orlando. No. That Dwight Howard wants to go elsewhere. That Dwight Howard wants to go to greener pastures. He wants to be a brand. He wants to be put out there in the spotlight. He wants to be put in the limelight. He wants to be the man of a new team. You can't be the man of a team if you're constantly saying, I want to play with this guy. I want to play with that guy. I want to play with Darren Williams. I want to play with Steven Jackson. I want to play with this man. I want to play with that man. No. Those guys aren't the man on their team. Michael Jordan didn't ask for help. They brought it to Jordan. Jordan never said, I need better players around me. Shaq never said, I need players around me. Shaq ended up in a situation where players surrounded him. He had a Kobe Bryant sitting on the bench that was just waiting for Eddie Jones to be gone. People that want to be the man, that want to be recognized for who they are, for their talents, they don't say, I need to go here in order to be successful. They don't say, I need to go there in order to be this man. Dwight Howard wants to be a brand. That's what Dwight Howard wants to be. Dwight Howard wants to be a brand. 46% from the free throw line. Get out of here. 20 points from the field. Get out of here. How can you expect us to believe that you're the best big man in all of basketball if you're not putting up at least 25 and 15 in this NBA? This NBA, you're the best big man there is. Most athletic, most physically dominating force, most physically imposing. At least that's what everybody thinks. But they don't see you on a nightly basis like people in Orlando do. We see you on a nightly basis, Dwight Howard, and what we see, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not impressed. To say that you want to take the last shots, that you want the ball to be in your hands on those last minutes, those closing seconds of a game when we desperately need a basket, for you to say stuff like that, Dwight Howard, it's a joke. You have no post game. People foul you in late game situations because they know you can't hit free throws. Then we go to Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson, the absolute lowest of the low in terms of starting point guards in the NBA. Jameer Nelson would not be a starter on any other team in this league, if you ask me. I look around the landscape of the NBA, I don't see another team out there that would have Jameer Nelson as their starting point guard. Not Memphis, not Atlanta, not Golden State, not Philly, not the Lakers, not New York, not New Orleans. I don't see another team out there. Jameer Nelson is the worst starting point guard in the NBA. He is the definition of an inconsistent point guard. When I look at Jameer Nelson take the court every single night, I see failure. People say, well, Jameer Nelson, he's hit some game-winning shots. I don't care. I need to see it on a consistent basis. And we don't get that from Jameer Nelson. He doesn't put up the assists that a point guard is supposed to do. He wants to be considered a scoring point guard. Well, if you're going to be a scoring point guard, Kyrie Irving is scoring more points than you and also giving out more assists than you are. Kyrie Irving is a better point guard than you are, Jameer Nelson. Ricky Rubio, he's a better point guard than you, Jameer Nelson. Raymond Felton, he's a better point guard than you, Jameer Nelson. Jose Calderon is a better point guard. I've been saying Jose Calderon could be in the Magic uniform, but we'd be a much better team. Hedo Turkoglu, the definition of the laziest of the lazy. I think him and Glenn Davis probably eat together. He's not in shape. He's inconsistent as well. Sure, we used to have the fourth quarter Turkoglu. We give the ball to him and he makes things happen, Turkoglu. We don't have that Turkoglu. That Turkoglu left when we shipped him out of here. You're not worth the money, Turkoglu. Turkoglu, you get on out of here. We don't need you. When that Turkoglu left, so did his fourth quarter abilities. Glenn Davis, you're 280 pounds plus. Why am I seeing you taking free throw elbow jump shots? Why do I see you doing pick and pops? Why don't I see you under the basket battling for position? Out hustling everybody like you did in Boston. In Boston, Glenn Davis was a force to be reckoned with. The Magic had to experience it firsthand on how much Glenn Davis was a force to be reckoned with. Jason Richardson, I can't fault you. Since Van Gundy has been here, we've never had a shooting guard on this team. Jason Richardson in Phoenix was having an outstanding year, averaging 20 plus points a game. He also had a point guard that set him up. Jason Richardson played off Steve Nash. Jason Richardson comes here to Orlando, he's not even the focal point of the offense. But yet when you have the ball in your hands, you take the most ill-advised jump shots that I've ever seen. You were once an explosive talent. I don't care how much of your legs you have lost over the years. If you know how to get to the basket, that never changes. If you have the ability to penetrate the paint, that never changes. When you have the ability to get past defenders like you were in years past, the ability to do so never changes. But yet you don't do it. Fast break opportunities. The Magic run a slow-paced offense. But when we push the ball, things happen. Great things happen. We push the ball. I've never seen this Magic offense flow as more beautifully as it does than when we're running and gunning up and down the court. When the Magic push the ball down the court, it's a great thing, a beautiful thing. One thing I can't fault Duhan for is when he sees the opportunity to push the ball, he does so. Jameer Nelson, no. Not Jameer Nelson, not Jameer Nelson, not Jameer Nelson for the Orlando Magic. Jameer Nelson doesn't push the ball. Jameer Nelson wants to get the ball, lollygag up the court. I got this, just get out the way, run the play. 3 up, 5 down, you know the play, just run it, No, you need to go around this way. So I can go around, cut to the basket, run under the backboard like I'm Steve Nash, and just bring it back out. You know, because I don't know how to finish at the basket. I don't know how to finish over big man. I don't know how to throw floaters up off the backboard like I've done numerous times, but I'm just scared to do so because it's not in my nature to do so. I'm the point guard of the team. Excuses. We've seen what you can do, Jameer Nelson, but you don't do it on a consistent basis. There have been many times when I've seen Jameer Nelson penetrate to the lane, but he doesn't want to finish. Why? Why don't you want to finish, Jameer Nelson? Point guards all around the NBA finish at the rim, except for you. You'd rather settle for a badly contested jump shot than the ability to get fouled. Go to the free throw line. You're a decent free throw shooter, but nah, not Jameer Nelson. No. The reason I'm calling out these certain players is because that seems to be who the offense runs around. Ryan Anderson, I have no beef with Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson is playing a role on this team. Ryan Anderson's role on this team was that of Rashard Lewis's. Rashard Lewis in Seattle was an all-around player. Played in the paint, can knock down threes, could take people off the dribble. Rashard Lewis in Seattle was the man. He came to Orlando, relegated to being a three-point shooter. We ship out Rashard Lewis, we bring in Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson is filling the role that Rashard Lewis left. Ryan Anderson gives us a little bit better rebounding, but he's not athletic. Neither is Kevin Love. Kevin Love can stretch the floor, hit threes, battle inside, grab rebound. I don't know what it is. JJ Redick, I have no beef with JJ Redick. JJ Redick is playing his role. Come off the bench, score points. That's all we want you to do, JJ. We don't have the faith in you to be a starter on this team after we dedicated $21 million to you to keep you from going to the Chicago Bulls. We just still want you to come off the bench. Serve as our 6th man. That's the perfect role for you, JJ Redick. The man should have been the starter for this team after Vince Carter left. But we want to bring in Jason Richardson. You know, I'm tired of this Orlando Magic team. I'm ready for the Dwight Howard era to be over with. Dwight Howard, you have no post game. You can't finish at the basket on a consistent basis. You're the most physically imposing big man in all of basketball right now, Dwight Howard. When you look at the landscape of the NBA, there is no greater big man than Dwight Howard. Kevin Love is 5th in the league in scoring, 2nd in the league in rebounds. Something doesn't add up right there. I'm going to say this to finish all this out. As a fan of the Orlando Magic, I love them to death. I ride with the Orlando Magic through thick and thin. The 21-61 year that we had, I was still a Magic fan. I felt we were going to win some games. That's because we had T-Mac. I knew what T-Mac was capable of. T-Mac still went out there and led the league in scoring. T-Mac gave it to us on a consistent night. Dwight Howard doesn't do that. That's why I have no faith in Dwight Howard. I would not want Dwight Howard to lead my team. First big man I take, Andrew Bynum. Why would I take Andrew Bynum? For the simple fact, Andrew Bynum has an edge. Andrew Bynum will foul you hard. Andrew Bynum will scrap for rebounds, not tap him up in the air. Andrew Bynum will put a body on you, get you out the way to get the ball. Dwight Howard doesn't do that. Andrew Bynum keeps the ball above his head. Dwight Howard keeps it low so it can get stripped away. He turns the ball over, he sucks at free throws. Jameer Nelson, or starting point guard in the NBA. I take any point guard in the league right now over Jameer Nelson. Glenn Davis. I don't know why we gave up an athletic and Brandon Bass in order to bring in Glenn Davis. This Magic team needs to start over from scratch. We say this team will only go as far as Jameer Nelson takes them, as Dwight Howard takes them. Hedo Turkoglu needs to pick up his consistency. These are all things that we want them to do, but they don't do it. Orlando Magic, they suck, plain and simple. That's my team. I love them to death, but they suck. Every time I watch this Orlando Magic team, I expect nothing but failure. You want to know why I expect failure? Because I know that the team that's on the court right now, they just absolute trash. Point blank period. They are garbage. It is time for a new change.